Welcome back, guys. This is a space where we talk about all things human. My name is Shadia, and today we are diving into Lorna the Pain Remains trilogy. I've seen this name commented many times on various videos that I've done. I've never heard of whether it's a band or this person, so I'm quite intrigued as to what this is about. And I've decided to do the official music video compilation, then the live playthrough version that I saw. Because I thought cinematically it might also just give me more to speak to, and maybe there's part of that storytelling, right, that you get with the visuals. So I hope I'm doing this right, or following the right path here. And yeah, it looks like it's about 20 minutes long, so I don't know how long this video is going to be by the end of it. We will see. Thank you guys for your continued support and sitting with me through these long minutes. And I'm also doing this before work, so if I upload this, that means I was successful and I was able to do it. So yeah, I'm being quite ambitious right now. Okay, let's go. Lorna Shore, Pain Remains trilogy. It's quite easy to feel when you know, whether you're an empath or just someone that's lived various experiences, right? You can quickly identify with things. I just wanted to touch on the instrumental because I thought that was so beautiful. I love, instrumentals and movie scores and things like that, because I think you can truly embody particular feelings and emotions just based off the instrumentals alone. You don't always need lyrics to feel, and the storytelling that can happen just with that alone is so profound to me. Like, you can hear a song and be like, oh, this is sad, this is happy, this is fear. No words are required, right? It's a universal language that we all can identify with and experience, right? We don't have to speak the same language, but we can hear the same song and go, oh, this feels like this. And that's why I was pushing these a little bit down. These are a little bit older, and I just wanted to feel that. All right. I need a pause. I'm in it. Oh, I'm so fucking in it. I love music like this. I actually do listen to music like this. I know some people are like, you don't strike me as somebody that does. Oh, I do. I do. And that's why you can like, I can tell like when something's about to pick up and they're about to hit, you're just like, I just, yeah, I love it. Yes, I do. I listen to stuff like this. So I love this. I love this already. I need to pull up the lyrics for a moment, if you don't mind. I apologize. Because sometimes I cannot always hear or grasp some of that. Clearly, it's a grief song too, because I was like, oh, fuck, the beginning. And then now it looks like his wife. Um, mm, 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 mm. I see. Okay. Captivate me, become my escape. I can't look away. You are my everything. I mean, that just tells me everything. Um, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Okay. 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 Let me start with this kind of music because that is something that is so deeply misunderstood by people that don't listen to it, don't like it, think it's scary, think it's weird, think it's whatever. I think I've shared, I think it was in the Linkin Park video when I was in like junior high or high school, something like that. Anyways, I had a friend that I was listening to Linkin Park, and she was like, "Well, why are you listening to them? Like, they're a scary band, and scary people listen to this, and people with weird thoughts, listen to this." And I was just like, it was back in the day. I was on the actual phone, and I was like, "What?" And it just told me everything in that moment of like, "Oh, I can't tell you shit." That's basically what that told me. Thanks. Next, move on. Anyways, so this kind of music is so deeply misunderstood, and I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it can be actually for your nervous system and for the release of pain and stress. And sometimes something that I say is that when words fail, actions speak, meaning that not everything in life has to just be focused on verbal processing. That's important, that has a place, but sometimes you need the physicality. Exercise, right? Sports. But music like this is also something physical. Why do sometimes people, old school stuff, right, scream in a pillow and let it all out? That's what this basically, if you can think of that, can do for your nervous system. You don't actually have to be the one screaming, but listening to something like this and kind of getting into it and feeling it, you can almost take on and embody those screams and that pain and letting it out. And it is literally like releasing that particular kind of energy. And sometimes if you have like anxiety, fast heart rate, right? Or you're feeling unsettled or you're going through a lot and you listen to stuff like this, it can actually be comforting. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the video in terms of instrumentals being comforting or whatever, but yeah, so this kind of similar line, instrumentals, lyrics, screaming, all of this stuff can actually be comforting to a lot of people. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm not saying like this is a coping skill that we all need to adopt, but I've had plenty of clients that do like this kind of music, and they're like, it doesn't work for me to just listen to classical music or yoga or just take deep breaths and try to constantly calm environment. There is a time and place for that. There is a time and place for that. But then there's a time and place where maybe sometimes you just gotta like let it rip a little bit. Listen to something like this, or like I do martial arts, right? There's up regulation, down regulation, intensity, low intensity, whatever. There's all these different words and things that we might use depending on what kind of coping skill we're gonna go into for your nervous system. So that's really important to touch because I know how misunderstood this music is. And like I said, I love this kind of music. I totally listen to this. And it actually is comforting for me. I am one of those people that when I listen to this, if I'm feeling out of sorts, sometimes that release of pain, this hits differently because look at how painful this is, right? Like this loss and the screaming and the things that he's saying in this, or you were my everything and I've lost you. And like, what do you do with that, right? That's the other thing. And why I took the time to explain all of that is there is so much pain in his expression here. You feel it instantly. It starts off with this, very painful expression of him and his eyes and all of that, then to go into the lyrics and then to go into the screaming, like, this is human life. This is real human pain. And sometimes that alone is what is misunderstood. Sometimes people have no idea the depth of pain that people are carrying. And sometimes this is a beautiful expression of how deep and dark and loud that runs. And sometimes you just need to let it go. And music is a powerful, healthy way that we can do that. Oh yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have done this before work. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be fine. I'll have time to regroup. I was literally quite born to do my job. Let's just say that. Okay. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my, oh my. Oh, the hospital stuff. Yep. That's what's gonna get me. On one side, I mean, I know what that's like to say goodbye. I've never liked hospitals. I've never liked them. I know they can be a place of great joy, right? Welcoming your child or someone is cancer-free. Like, I know they can be a place of great joy, but personally, there's a coldness in there and there's a grief in there because for me, it's never been happy. And, I think also something that's so hard and was so frustrating as being a mental health professional, and I know everyone's just trying to do their job. I truly do. I respect everyone's role, and I can't imagine how hard it is to work in a hospital. But I've also dealt with wonderful nurses, and I've dealt with some that were definitely checked out. And it's really hard when you're trying to, navigate certain things and personalities while also knowing that there's a body next to you that you're about to say goodbye to. People are struggling with that, and I'm also very privileged because of my role and who I am. Like, I can manage multiple parts and like be what I need to be for whoever I need to be. But I know some people don't have that and are like, that's okay, right? But anyways, that's something else. And then also, when someone does pass, like then they send in the social worker and they send in this and like, I mean, for me, my loss, they weren't even gone yet. And they're sending in social workers telling me, hey, like, just, we want to talk about financials and, sometimes it can cost a lot to be in the hospital and like, we're here. And I'm like, why are you talking to me about bills and insurance and money? Like, I'm literally next to this person that I can't imagine my life without. Here's to being human. And I have no problem being vulnerable with you guys because I think these are discussions that are important, that we need to have, that we do not check out of the roles that we have. And maybe we do need to think about how we have our systems in place, because I've also fought for my clients when I was in more like case management back in the day. I loved that stuff. Oh, I loved defending my clients and managing their cases and doing whatever I needed to do that was appropriate in my role then, because they don't know. They don't know how to navigate the system, and they don't know how to deal with people, especially in hospital settings, that want to come in and all of a sudden talk about things that are so irrelevant to you in that moment. And they'll do it right over their body. It's just insane to me. So watching that scene, and I just, all of that was coming into play, because there's a lyric here. I scrolled down. Take what is left of my life before you go. Show me what it's like to finally know the face behind the silhouette in this world I made to be infinite. But within you, the expanse, I finally see a world without you isn't meant for me. That level of pain you will only ever understand if you've experienced it, and if you've ever had a love the way that he has his love here for his wife. I hope with every fiber of my being that you actually find out and know what it's like to love someone that deep. It is scary, I know. It is a thing that you truly sometimes are like, I hope I die before you, because I don't know. I don't even want to know what this life is like without you. But it is one of the most beautiful things in this world. And I know not everyone is lucky enough to know what that is like. But when you do know what it's like, and you're watching something like this, I'm speaking to it right now, that level of pain. And then on top of that, whether it's all the hospital stuff or all the logistics and all the things, I love the media in here. The genre, this rock intensity, the screaming, because if I could say, hey, what is it like to lose someone so profound to you? Listen to this. Listen to this. I think this embodies it so very well. And there's many beautiful grief songs. I've done beautiful grief songs, but I'm glad that we are introducing a different style related around grief, because I think there's many people in the world that can identify with the intensity of this song as a mirror to the intensity of the pain that they carry. I just talk so much. I hope all of that made sense. Okay, now we're going into part 2. Holy shit. This is so good. This is so good. Some people are so uncomfortable with their emotions and, are you okay? I'm fantastic. Oh, I'm so fantastic. This is why I'm here. I want to normalize the human experience and show you just how powerful it is, important it is for you to be the human that you are. And feeling emotions are such a pivotal, important, profound, whatever part of the human life. The most intelligent people, the most resilient people, the strongest people are the ones that are allowing themselves to feel and full. They are so vulnerable within themselves. That's why we call it emotional intelligence. right? Or you have your intellectual intelligence, emotional intelligence. It's intelligence. And that's also why they say the lonelier you feel in this world, the wiser you become. And that also includes emotional intelligence. So I just want to say that because I know how many people are like still in this thought process that, you know, crying is weakness and oh, you don't have it together and you're not strong. Your emotions are your superpower. They tell you about your identity. They show you what matters in this world. They teach you what you need in order to handle the hard things in this life. And it's funny because I can't tell you how many times I've been told, well, this person's not like you. I worry about them. Like, you just handle everything. And I'm like, well, that's its own fucking topic, you know, because I'm just like, yeah, but check on your strong friends. But anyways, I also say that too, because check on your strong friends. But it's because of vulnerability and allowing yourself to truly feel and confront. It is about bravery. Confront your demons. Confront the stuff that begs you to feel and live this human life. The more you run from that, you run from your literal design or construction, however you want to see it. And if we were born to feel a whole array of emotions and we only choose to try to feel just 2 or 3 of them, that doesn't make sense, right? So please do not feel bad if you embody or you take on and you can feel all these things. Don't push them down. It's the whole essence of therapy. I'm trying to dig all that shit up and make you feel it so you can actually start living a human life and feel like you're on stable ground to handle whatever it is that's coming towards you. Man, the song is giving me a lot of energy now. Okay, let's go into part 2. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull up the lyrics for part 2, and I'm going to touch on a few things. Is that a church behind them? Because he looked like he was in a church. Is this a church behind them? The snow. I'm just looking at the cinematic bit here. If the snow is like picking up, the intensity is picking up, it's like a storm. Like a storm is raging within you. And there's so many things when it comes to grief. And I know we talk about like the stages of grief. Man, I don't even think that... I really don't even think that even begins to cover the level of grief and what that can actually look like for humans. But anyways, different topic a little bit. Okay, where do we go? So his eyes, I do want to touch on that. I do want to touch on his eyes from the beginning into now, watching her being rolled out of the hospital room, then sitting there and just kind of that contemplation. Again, in this video, it's his wife, it's his best friend, it's his entire world. I can't imagine a life without you. That, his eyes to me is almost like, it's almost like you had your life vision in front of you, and it felt like you had, like the painting was done. You saw it, and then someone came and took black paint and just covered it all up, and now you're just staring at the abyss and you're like, now what? Now what? And I hope you're always able to continue to figure out now what. I know it takes a lot, but I hope you always do. And that's a story for another time. For right now, we're not going to move past this pain. I'll disappear. It's like the world I know keeps passing. Unlike the void I have become. Wait, shit. Yeah, void. Okay. It's like the world I knew keeps passing. Oh gosh, the amount of times you'll revisit that life, right? Especially with love, partnership, whether it's a wife or a husband or whatever, you'll keep revisiting that, the memories and the laughter and the joy and all the things. And again, I know not everyone may not understand, but when that person is literally your best friend, they are your everything, everything. It is so hard to imagine a life without them moving forward, picking up pieces left from another life. This fleeting memory is everything you left behind. I'm just a whisper, just a specter locked away in time. This purgatory is eating away at my mind. The lyrics completely speak to his eyes. His eyes, it's eating away at me, right? And I can't imagine everyone around you. This is gonna pass, you're gonna feel better, it's okay, take the time that you need, and blah, blah, blah. And like, there's a reason why people never get married again. There's a reason why people never date again. There's a reason why people never do certain things again, because when you have a love so profound and rare and special, you can't just fill that or replace that with anything, right? So even though this is like a music video and I don't know how much truth there is for the singer and whatever, but like for me, it's so real because this is real life. This is real life, right? When you disappeared, you took a part of me. This world has no meaning. God, these lyrics. When you've defined your world around someone, I know sometimes people are like, your person or like love, your world shouldn't revolve around them. You got to be your own person and blah, blah, blah. I mean, duh, to the extent of like, you have your own identity and you could have your own hobbies and you could have your own stuff. It doesn't mean that you just lose yourself and you're codependent as shit with this person. Like, obviously, yes. But again, when you understand the depth and the beauty, the purity of how good love is when you find it, right? Your world does revolve around them. And it's so beautiful because as humans, you'll be amazed as to what we do because of love. I've probably spoken about pain in the sense of what we do because of pain. Pain is not a bad guy. No emotions are bad. Again, if we aren't confronting our emotions and doing the courageous thing to actually become emotionally intelligent, pain can make us do bad things. But when you do the opposite of like all the good stuff, pain is a beautiful driving factor. So many things are accomplished because of pain. Discipline can get established hard because of pain. Pain teaches you so much about yourself. I think pain is beautiful. It's a part of human life. Do we seek it? No. Do I like it? Of course not. But there's a reason as to why it exists in life, because happiness would lose all meaning. If we lived forever, love would lose all meaning. As much as it's like, yeah, of course I don't want the people in my life to die, but it's a part of life and we have to accept it. We have to understand it and why it exists. And anyways, where was I going with that? Love. I think sometimes we think like pain, some people might say the opposite of pain is like relief or, like not pain or whatever. And I think as I've kind of gotten older, at least for me, with my pain, I think the opposite of pain or its counterpart, it's almost like a teammate. I wouldn't even say it's just opposite. Its teammate, I think, is love. Why does it hurt so very much? Because love, right? The things that hurt our soul and break our heart, well, because of love. And sometimes it's the absence of love. Sometimes it's the representation of love. Sometimes there was once love, whatever. So there's a lot of different ways that we can go into this, but I say love because what was the line? This world has no meaning. And when people are like, your partner should only be blah, 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 and like whatever. Again, when you really love someone and you have something it's real as like true love, it's truly a beautiful and profound thing when the things you start to do is because of such love in your life. And love can compel us to do such magnificent things. But love and pain, they go hand in hand, right? It's like that, what's that saying before I come back to the song? To like love and to have lost is better than to never have loved at all. I personally believe in that. I know it's scary and all the things, but if I could at least know what love is like, I'm going to take that chance. Because last thing, there's always two paths in life. Very rarely are they without pain. There's the pain of taking the risk and the chance And the hope is that I can actually have a chance for the good thing, right? That's why I'm taking the risk and going through the pain and the discomfort. Or the pain of never trying and never doing and just settling for the life that is. There's pain in both sides, but I personally am always going to be willing to take this pain because there's always a chance for something more. And even still, that pain will teach me more about myself and give me more in this life than this one ever will, which is the giving in or the giving up, the never trying, right? All right, no more yapping, let's go. Shout out to the actor, number one. Shout out to the actor. Oh, his ability to express like anguish, anger, sorrow, pain, confusion, loss. Oh my God. Phenomenal. That man an Oscar. Oscar? I don't know. Anyways, so good. His hands on the casket to me was like, I'm gonna cry again. His hands on the casket is like, this is my world. So beautiful. So beautiful, the depth in which we as humans can feel. It's so beautiful, the depth in how much we can attach and how much we can give to each other. We lose sight of that so much, especially considering how fractured the dating culture is today and relationships. It hurts because this is how beautiful we are and our ability. And so his hands on the casket again, it's like, this is my world and I have to let it go. And after all that I've done, after all of my pain, after all that I've become, will I disappear? Like the world you left was only just a dream because it feels like a dream. It's far away from me. It's here. And now you're here. And now you'll be gone. Right? And then his look up so the church, right? I thought that was actually a really profound visual because he looks up almost like, maybe I feel angry with you. Maybe I'm questioning you. Maybe I don't know why you did this to me. Why her? Maybe she was so pure to me. And all those questions that we have often with religion or with God. And that's your own respective journeys that you all need to come to and figure out for yourself. But just, I thought that visual was so profound where it went from this to that. Human life. It's human life.
After all of my pain, this fucking world, tasting shall don't disappear.
There's a little glitch in this. Apologies. This is just a creator online, but I appreciate them for what they've done in putting these videos together. And I'm sorry. I realize I read ahead sometimes with the lyrics because it's hard. The lyrics are here, and I'm like just going through it like a book, and then I come back and I'm like, anyways. Yeah, that was hard. I mean, I'm watching him, and I'm like, please don't do it. I understand. But I also naturally take on like a very protective role. It's very natural for me to step into that. Do with that as you will, because I know some people are like, oh, let me analyze that. No, it's I've always been a bit of a fighter, and yeah, I really wanted to hug him. I just wanted to hug him and bring him up off of his knees, but who am I? That was hard. His face, though, that's why I stopped it. His face, all that anguish, all that pain, loss, confusion, anger, la la la. And then you see his pain, and there's like, at least where I paused it, I might change a bit, but there's like a piece on his face, like almost like a relief and maybe a slight smile. I don't know if that is developing here. When you immediately go through loss and grief, that whether it's depression or darkness, pain, the intensity and severity of that is so deep that the idea of dying can actually feel quite comforting to the mind, because you feel like you're going to them. I want to be in their arms again. I can't be without them. This life is nothing without them. And so death feels like a relief, like a sweet, quiet relief. But it's not actual comfort and relief physically in the world, right? Your life is gone. I don't know what happens after we die. Again, I'll leave you to on your respective beliefs. I don't want to go too far into that. And, obviously, if you are struggling, please seek help or support if you need it. I'm not saying what to do or what to look like, none of that. This is just how I'm feeling watching this video and my opinion. That's all that this is. I just have to say that. It's just stuff that I very well understand. I understand and I can see it. I can feel it, right? And these are the things that I think, again, are so important to talk about. Either sometimes we're afraid to talk about it, or we don't want to sound crazy, or we don't want people to judge us. And I can't tell you, oh my gosh, how many times I tell my own clients, you would be shocked as to how many people are feeling or thinking this particular thing. But we think that we're crazy, or our minds are fucked up, or we're crazy or whatever. And I'm just like, nah, we're just human. We're just human. And maybe if we started talking more and more, we've come a long way with mental health, but if we just talked more, we would really realize how much we're all just living a human life. Also, I promise I will get tissues. I say this on every fucking video because I cry. All these songs have been so emotional. And I'm like, get tissues. Put tissues on your desk. You're going to need them. And then I'm like, anyways, being gross again. So sorry for that. All right, let's go back. I know I have to pause it. I have to pause it more often. Well, YouTube says I do. Anyways. All right. I'm a bit... All right. I just want to pull up the lyrics because I don't want to miss anything. I think it's important for a song like this. Okay, so he gets back up, and then at first when I saw the fire, I was like, is that hellfire? Because it went from like snow and then the fire, but fire can also, I'm gonna move away from the church. I think that's why I was like, is this, and then, but fire can also just represent intensity, like a fight, right? Like ambition. It can be like an energy, right? So fire, I think sometimes people a lot of times equate fire to bad, but fire is not bad. It can just be a different form of energy. I'm just gonna look at these lyrics for a bit. Let's see. Distracted, impacted by the weight of the world. If this is everything, then I don't want to cut this. Just a dream. Wow, this, I could see why you recommended this song. I don't know why I sang that, because I'm all over the place right now. Okay. I mean, there is a bit of a hellfire reference, no? Like, I'll salt the earth in the crimson blaze. The world will burn in my fall from grace. Witness the death of God, hear the devil's choir as I leave the stage in a sea of fire. If this is all I am, then what's the point of pacing life? Everything that I made became a waste of time. Expressive, depressive, I'm caught up in a lie. Decisive, incisive, I'd rather fucking die. Powerful lyrics, my God. But it's... Okay, I think I need to keep going, but right now, just listening to this and how he just walked up and whatever, it's like, is this the anger now speaking in full of, well, you were just a dream, and maybe when he did look up at God, he's like, okay, so be it, and he's taking on that, like an opposition of faith, an opposition of God, an opposition of this life, like, okay, this is what it will be, then this will be my stance, and I'm not ready to go yet, or did he actually pass? Honestly, guys, your girl's been thrown for a bit of a loop. So I'm gonna go and press play because I'm like, give me a little bit more. Oh, I just want to sit with that music. I gotta pause it, guys. I gotta go over what he just said. Where was it? Also, no, that's the part that I... Let this fire rain down and damn this world. And then he said, what was it? Did he say this already? This guy's got me all over the place, you guys. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna read this. As I laid the stage in a sea of fire, I'll damn this world to a sea of flames. Forsake the ground and let it bury me. You were nothing but a shackle. Now I can breathe. Let this fire rain down and bury me in a sea of flame. Forsake the ground and let it bury me. Let this fire rain down and damn this world. I also want to read the lyrics because I think in respect to this artist, it's important for us to not miss the words. There's words that a lot of you might be able to pick up. Some of you might hear everything perfectly, and then some people might be like, I'm missing it. I don't, what did they say? So that's why, out of respect for the artist, I don't want us to miss the art here and the beauty and his mind and what has been done. profound. I mean, that's part of what maybe is throwing me for a loop, is just the beauty and complexity of the emotional switch up and change. And this is a representation of human life, though, because it was following a particular trajectory and then completely took a different course, because whatever the emotional response, right? And yes, can you slit your throat and come back to life or whatever? I'm not speaking to all that. I'm just speaking in terms of anger and renouncing something or rejecting something, or what, if this is what's going to be, then this is how I will see the world, and this is how I will now move forward. That pivot is what I'm talking about, is very much human, especially when it comes to grief, where maybe you try to take a particular path. And I know a lot of people do try to, lean on religion or lean on their family or lean on their values or whatever. And then something might happen where it's almost like that pain just is so intense. That pain also has another counterpart or partner, and that's anger, right? Anger is often taught as a secondary emotion to pain and sadness. A lot of the times people focus just on anger. They only treat the anger, and people are like, why are you so angry, right? Anger. But because anger is protecting, almost like big brother to sadness. Sadness is actually the one that is like the thing that needs your attention and needs more of your care. And sometimes anger is just anger, right? Like if somebody cuts you off and you're just like, what the fuck? And okay, that's just anger. It's not like you're deeply saddened by it. But anyways, so I thought that was actually really cool, but also why it can throw you for a loop, because you're just like, wait. And also visually, I was like, wait, hold on. You just sent me down this particular path, and then you were like, psych, let me give you a different energy. But I want you guys to see that as just real human experiences in life, because your emotions can completely shift you and take you down a very different path, a different ideology, different belief system. But you got to be mindful. You got to be careful, because your emotions are teachers, they're lessons, they're guides, they're all these wonderful things, but you are still it's their whatever master. You are still the master of your mind. You are still the master of your emotions and what you do next. And yes, again, I know this is a song and it's a video and blah blah blah, but I love this. Let me just say that, okay? I love this so fucking much. I love this song. Thank you for recommending it to me. And I love that we are taking a little bit of a different taste down a different musical path. I'm very much enjoying it. All right. All right. Oh my, the change in the music towards the end was so beautiful. Wow. Wow. Everybody that made this video, y'all get awards or whatever it is. I don't know. Wait, not an Oscar. Wait, hold on. Grammy? Whatever. They deserve it. Killer. They're so talented. So talented in so many ways. Wow. Wow. I am going to listen to the live one at some point. My oh my. Witness the death of God, hear the devil's choir as I leave the stage in a sea of fire. I'll salt the earth in the crimson blaze, the world will burn in my fall from grace. My soliloquy, take this broken melody straight to the grave. Oh, dancing like flames after all that I've done, I'll salt the earth and disappear in a sea of fire. Oh. When she said I love you, obviously, I guess you guys saw, like, that just fucking took me out. He would burn the world down for her, burn his world down for her. The depth of his love represents the depth of his pain. Like I said, they are counterparts, partners. Whatever the depth lies on one side, that depth will lie on the other when it comes to love. Which is why to love and have lost is better than to never have loved at all. And why some people are like, fuck that. And I'm like, no. I hope you don't develop that mindset. Love is so beautiful for so many reasons. Anyways, his eyes at one point, when the fire was in his eyes, you could just see the rage. It's pain, right? It's pain, but that rage. And then to set this whole house on fire, it's just a dream. It was all just a dream. It was all just, this is what you wanted, right? So I will set the world ablaze. And I'll leave this stage stage, dream, theatrical. This was all just a moment in time. Fuck this existence. Bring me back to where it all began in the fall. There's just so much here. Wow. And oh my goodness, this is probably, I feel like, is it the longest video we've done? It says almost an hour. Okay. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I mean, I probably can come up with a lot of other things to say, let's be real, but I am just absolutely in love with this. Cinematically beautiful, visually beautiful, the art, the actors, the emotions, the lyrics, the instrumental, everything about this is so powerful and just a testament, I think, to human life, yes, but human talent. And that's, I think, where I'll leave us off in this ever-changing world with technology and AI and whatever. Let us never lose sight of just how profound we are as humans, how important we are, and how talented we are, and how much we have to offer this world. Even if you think you don't, you do. Maybe you just haven't figured it out yet if you're like, I don't, but you do. You do. And I hope you continue day after day and giving yourself a chance to be curious enough to find out, and maybe courageous enough to love and to hold so very near and dear what makes this life have meaning to begin with, right? And oftentimes it's the very things that make us afraid and, I don't want to have pain, I don't want this, but then living a very hollow life, hiding kind of in our own shadow, will create a very different kind of pain, like I've described before. All right, anyways, like I said, I can keep on going, but thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me sniffle, and yeah, Kleenex. I will get a box. Until next time, stay human.